These beet burgers were so delicious, and I promise you can't even taste the beets. Blend your beets, onions, and garlic and add that to the ground chicken. Add your egg, breadcrumbs, spices, and mix together. Make sure your hands are wet before you start forming the patty and toss it back and forth between your hands and slap it on the surface. Shape your patty, making a little indent in the center. Fold over the parchment paper and let your patties sit in the freezer for about 30 minutes. This way they don't fall apart when you cook them. Add your patties and some onions to a hot cast iron. Let it sear on each side for 2 minutes, then I like to cover and cook on low for 10. Next, I'm prepping my homemade brioche buns, toasted them on both sides. Add mayo, sriracha, mustard for sauce, lettuce, the burger patty with the cheese, caramelized onions, pickles, and the top burger bun. And there's your delicious burger. Enjoy.
Today I'm making Christmas chicken. No idea why it's called Christmas chicken. That's just what my mama used to call it. Start with some boneless chicken breast and season with paprika and salt, pepper, and garlic. Massage the seasonings into the chicken and let it set for just a few minutes. Preheat your oven to 350 and melt half a stick of butter in a cast iron skillet. Dredge your chicken in some all-purpose flour, and then you're going to brown each side for about 4 minutes until it's crispy. Dice up a sweet onion and saute that also in the butter. In a saucepan, add a can of cream of chicken, 1 cup of heavy cream, and about a cup of sharp cheddar cheese, and cook that until the cheese is melted. Transfer your onions over the chicken, then pour the sauce on top of that, and top with breadcrumbs, and bake for about an hour until the internal temp is 165.
Please tell me I'm not the only one who's obsessed with Magic Shell as a kid. It's the liquid chocolate sauce that got hard on ice cream. Truly magic. I finally cracked the code, so let's make some magic. You'll need a cup of chocolate chips and about 3 tablespoons of coconut oil. In a microwave-safe bowl, heat it for 30 seconds. Stir it, then repeat in 30-second intervals, stirring in between till it's nice and smooth, just like this. Seriously, that's it. You can even store it in a jar at room temperature. Now scoop out your favorite ice cream, layer your magic shell, and top with sprinkles or nuts. I did transfer it to another bowl so you can see it better, but that is it. It is so simple. I'm gonna do it one more time just because I'm so mesmerized. If I knew it was this easy to make, I would have been doing this for years. Let me know in the comments if you've had magic shell before. Save this video for later. Follow me for more recipes.
1 minute honey butter biscuits in the microwave. You need just 3 ingredients: honey, flour, and melted butter. Mix everything together, grease a small bowl really well. Add the dough, then microwave until the top looks cooked.
We eat lentils to bring us luck and prosperity. We'll be eating a lot of lentils. First, we rinse. How pretty is this blend of red, yellow, beluga, and brown? Then I chop up all my veggies. We saute the onions first, then add the carrots, the celery, seasoning, and let that cook for a bit before adding my good luck charms. Add broth, bring to a boil, and then skim off any of that ugly foam that rises to the top. Lower to a simmer, add herbs like sage or thyme. I like to add some fresh spinach and cook till tender. Finish with some chili oil, lots of Parmigiano Reggiano, and there you have it, one big bowl of much needed luck.
Kim Kardashian is obsessed with this mac and cheese, so I decided to try her recipe. I boiled macaroni in a pot, and in a separate bowl, I added 1 tablespoon of dry mustard powder, 3 tablespoons of all-purpose flour, 3 cups of heated whole milk, a half a shredded yellow onion, a half a teaspoon of sweet paprika, 1 bay leaf, and then I added a 1/4 cup of mozzarella cheese, a 1/4 cup of Parmesan cheese, a 1/4 cup of Gruyere cheese, a 1/4 cup of goat cheese, and 1 cup of sharp cheddar cheese. I poured in 3 scrambled eggs, mixed it up, added the macaroni, and 1 cup of panko breadcrumbs. I put the mac and cheese into a pan, added more cheese on top, and put it in the oven for 30 minutes. Here's how it came out. It was so cheesy and delicious. I can definitely see why Kim loves it.
Let's make a king crab corn dog.
Happy New Year, it's Babs, fried tequila shots. Store-bought angel food cake cubed with a serrated knife. Tequila and lime juice. So dip in the tequila lime juice mixture, and I'm gonna put them right in the air fryer. You can deep fry them too. Air fryer maybe 10 minutes, keep an eye, sprinkle with powdered zest from the lime, a little bit of salt, and let's try them. Happy New Year.
Every time I make this Mexican cauliflower rice for people, they rave about it. Even their kids love it. They're always asking me how I make it. and it's really easy. It comes together with only a few ingredients, and I almost always have them stocked up in my pantry and freezer. I started off by microwaving 2 bags of frozen cauliflower rice. While that's in the microwave, I'm going to saute half of an onion that I diced up. I just seasoned it with a little bit of salt and pepper. Then I'm going to cover it with chicken broth, I'd say a cup or 2, and about 1/4 cup of some tomato sauce, and this is the secret ingredient, a Knorr tomato bouillon cube. You're going to let all of that cook off completely. It's going to look something like that, and then you're going to do that all over again with the chicken broth and let it cook off completely. I promise you guys are going to love this. It's so good. If you try it, be sure to tag me and hit that follow button for more easy recipes.
If you're feeling constipated, you absolutely must try this breakfast. Combine bananas, applesauce, syrup, milk, high-fiber banana bread mix, bacon top with PB.
Let's make duck breast. Score the skin. Dry. Salt and pepper. Boiled turnips. Season water with bay leaf, black peppercorns, and salt. For your cherry port sauce, cut your shallots. Butter. Shallots. Port. Pitted cherries. Balsamic vinegar. Brown sugar. Salt and pepper. Strain your sauce. Peel and blend your turnips. Cream and butter. Salt. Start duck off in a cold pan. Add a rosemary. Fantastic.
This is going to be your new favorite way to eat butternut squash. Take your foul looking squash, cut off the bottom, then cut it in half, and then take its skin off until it's nice and naked. Cut it in the rounds so then you can cut it into chunks. For the bottom half, it's going to have seeds, so you're going to want to de-seed it with a spoon until it's nice and clean. Cut it into equal sized chunks and then add it to a bowl. Add olive oil, salt, red pepper flakes, pepper, garlic powder, and sage and nutmeg, and then you're going to mix it with your hands because we love our squash. We're going to add it to a baking tray, put it in a 425-degree oven preheated for about 30 to 40 minutes, and you're going to make a little mixture. So you're going to get some orange juice, some ricotta, some salt, pepper, garlic powder, and chili powder. You're going to mix it until it looks about like this, and then your squash will be ready. Take it out the oven, put it in a bowl so then it's nice to serve. Add your ricotta on top, and I promise you,
Guys, this is seriously the best brownie recipe we've ever made or probably had. They were so good. They come from our new cookbook, Dessert Person. This was actually the first recipe that we made from the cookbook, but we're so excited to try other ones. They're actually ranked from 1 to 5 to difficulty, and so you kind of know what you get going into each recipe. This one had mostly pantry staples, but there were a few things that we purchased. We got Dutch processed cocoa powder. I'm sure you could use regular, but the smell once you mix that with that boiling water is so immaculate. It's like a chocolatey aroma that fills your kitchen. And we also had to get the malted milk powder. This one was such a good addition, added a great flavor. I kind of wish we added a little bit more, but we didn't want to mess up any of the measurements. This brownie recipe is so good. We honestly finished the batch in one night, and the center can be super chewy and gooey, and the outside are a little bit more chewy. These are great. Make them, please.
Let's make a fun New Year's Eve drink. This tasty drink is full of bubbles. Start by dipping a glass into melted white chocolate and then into gold sprinkles. From there, add 3 to 4 small scoops of sherbet ice cream into the bottom of the glass. Fill with half ginger ale, half Sprite, and then watch the bubbles rise. Happy New Year's!
This cheese ball is an appetizer you can make ahead of time and with very minimal effort. It's a win-win. You'll want to start with the package of cream cheese that's at room temperature so it will be easier to mix. Loosely stir it with a fork just to break it up a bit, then add shredded marble cheese, shredded old cheddar, onion powder, garlic powder, black pepper, bacon bits, and chopped green onion. Stir everything together by kind of mashing the other ingredients into the softened cream cheese with a fork. This might take a little while, but hey, it's the only real effort you have to put into this recipe. Now lay out a large piece of plastic wrap on your working surface. Sprinkle some more shredded cheese in the center as well as some chopped fresh parsley. This will be the kind of crust on the outside of your cheese ball. Once you have a fairly even layer, pour the cream cheese mixture as close to the center as you can. Use the plastic wrap to shape the cheese by pushing it together, then rotating and pushing again until you have a ball shape. Next, tightly wrap your cheese ball in the plastic wrap, twisting the ends to ensure it holds its shape. Refrigerate for at least 30 minutes or until you're ready to serve with your favorite crackers, veggies, or bread.
this is what I make when I'm homesick in a foreign country. My mom's roast chicken. Get out your bird and have it salted at room temperature. Tuck the wing tips under so they don't burn.
Take a head of garlic and shove it up the butt. Get it all up in there. Then take half a lemon and shove it up the butt again. Top her off with some fresh rosemary. If you like to get a little freaky, you can tie it up as well. Add sliced lemon, shallot, carrots, and parsnips. You can use whatever vegetables you have. Then mix fresh rosemary, freshly ground black pepper, za'atar, paprika, garlic powder, and oregano. Tablespoon of brown sugar and seasoned salt. Regular kosher salt is fine. This is going to be our spice rub. Make sure the chicken is really dry and drizzle with oil. Get the rub everywhere on all sides. The oven temperatures depend on the type of oven you have, so that's all on my website, shekeats.com. Crispy on the outside, juicy in the middle, it's that easy.
Thai tea pudding, oh yes. 1 cup of milk, heat to a simmer, remove from heat. Add Thai tea bag, steep for 3 minutes. Remove the tea bag, add cornstarch, condensed milk, and vanilla extract. Bring it to a low boil, stirring the whole time. Once it's at a low boil, keep stirring for 1 minute and 30 seconds, and then off the heat it goes. Into your pudding cup, then into the refrigerator. Refrigerate for a few hours. Then top with evaporated milk, and ooh-wee.
Have you ever had chocolate eclair cake? It's not a cake at all. It's a dessert, but it's called a cake and it tastes just like chocolate eclairs. Come on in, I'll show you how to make it. 2 5.1 ounce boxes of vanilla pudding, 3 cups of cold milk. Mix this together till it starts to thicken. Stir in 8 ounces of Cool Whip and layer it in graham crackers. Half the pudding mixture, second layer of graham crackers, second half of your pudding. Final layer of graham crackers. Let's make a topping. 1/4 cup of evaporated milk, 1 cup of sugar, a 1/3 cup of cocoa powder. Mix this together and wait for it to boil. Let it boil for 1 minute, but don't quit stirring. After a minute, remove from heat and let set for 1 minute. Teaspoon vanilla and a cut up stick of butter. Stir this until butter is melted. As soon as your butter melts, spread your topping over your whole dish. Let this set in the fridge overnight or for the day so the graham crackers can soften up like an eclair.